working on it.
Let me ask you this, Huna. In terms of Lemuria and what you know, how different is their DNA from ours? Because we want to do the things they did. We hear about all these amazing things, and we think if we read some books, if we do some meditation, is it possible for us to be the superheroes that we claim that we are?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes,
Come on.
absolutely.
Mhm.
You're from the future,
Mhm.
right? There's no sense in living in the past.
Mhm.
So what does one do from the future? Access everything that is beyond and in the imagination of creativity, bring it into now,
Mhm.
not just manifesting it, feeling and knowing what that is. There are practices. I'm going to say to you, Dragon Masters,
Yeah. Come on.
bring that energy to your hands and utilize it. There are practices, there are places to go to confirm your superpowers, to work with your these very natural essences of your being. Stargates and resetting stargates to higher frequencies,
Mhm.
closing down dark portals,
Mhm.
being challenged, and then and going into areas where you do not. I mean, into a consciousness where a frame of mind where you do not need to fight, just undo, learn the undoing.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can learn the undoing. Um, these are things that we share from the House of Huna. They're very
Mhm.
practical.
Excellent.
They're very powerful. You can go to the testimonies on my website and listen to what some of the Hunas, some of those have said, and the many journeys that the House of Huna is traveling in the work we do. Be part of the work. It's not really work, sweet one. It's like playing. It's like so much joy in it. You certainly quickly forget about I'm this superpower and they got superpowers. Why don't I? You certainly forget about it. You become part of the whole of a community, like-minded community, not just like-minded, but also one in practicality, authentic,
Yes, sir.
authentic. I
Yeah.
can't tell you who is authentic on the planet, but you're going to find out who is soon enough when you're out there doing things. You become authentic. Just be authentic yourself.
Mhm.
And there,
Mhm.
and there are places to go to confirm your authenticity and your strength and the connection to the Kaha system, which is your pure power source center.
Where's these places? You said there's places to go to verify your authenticity.
We are
Where?
working on we are working on the
Oh,
48 stargates of the new birthing system for the planet number 5.
this
We are
sounds that sounds deep. What
we
do you
are at
mean?
Stargate number 24. We are moving into Stargate 24 this year to activate the consciousness of the 24 strand DNA and the 24 dimension consciousness.
Star
Clarity.
Stargate where? Where?
We will we cannot announce that
Okay.
location right now.
Okay.
These
Okay.
some people say, oh, Tibet is 19. No, it's not. It used to be 19. It's been reset in its frequency. It's no longer 19. Number 16 is Tenerife. And the top of the mountain in Tenerife, where I recently reset that frequency.
Where's that? Tenerife.
Tenerife is the Canary Islands.
Oh shit. How many Stargates are there?
What we are working on that concerns humanity and the
Uh-huh.
new birthing system for the most infinite one is 48 stargates,
48.
12 continents. There are 12.
Yeah, 12. You got
A few of them are underwater.
tell me the name of the 12 continents. This is too good. Can
Well,
you
you're
tell
getting
me the
into
name? Can you tell me the
because they're
name
not
of
because their names are not names, they're essences of nature,
excellent.
which are
Excellent.
nature beings. So
Excellent.
when we
Wow.
talk, for instance, here's one for you.
Excellent.
You
Excellent.
know the Americas?
Yes, sir.
You know the Native Americans called it Turtle Island?
Yeah. Yeah. I have people on the show that said that.
From
Yes.
Greenland all the way to New Zealand being the tail.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, or at least Mexico and the Americas. That's Turtle Island.
Yes, sir.
Now the turtle, east west. I have activated and reset the frequencies. That was the first one I worked on long
Mm-hmm.
time ago.
Mm-hmm.
For the 4 stargates, for the 4 locations on that. Now all the information is accessible through our course. There are
Mm-hmm.
some things I talk about on my websites that are also free.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have a vibration of a certain level of vibration to be there and go there and do things. You're not going to access it with your willy-nilly flying around in spacecraft kind of bullshit.
Yes, sir.
Because those ships are not able to access through these levels of frequency Stargate of Lemuria. They're not for traveling through. They're not for selling arms and trade and doing business through. They're not for selling children through or sending super soldiers through. That's not what those Stargates are. Those are portals you're talking about. And we even work on shutting those down. Now, these 48 Stargates they're on a grid called the Motu. Motu grid. That's the name of the grid. It's not called a crystal grid at all. It's a Motu grid. It's a new birthing grid for planet number 5. And this is planet number 5 now. It's been recognized as planet number 5. It's been confirmed. Planet number 5 is spoken of as Matea.
Yeah.
Gaia ascended. Gaia ascended is Matea. It means the planet of new light. In Lemurian, it means new light. First principle of new light. And there forevermore. This will be the last time. Okay. Set forth by the Kumaras of the crystal light of days. Okay. Now, these Stargates, for instance, these continents, referring to the continents. You know, there's a continent we speak of as the Lamb. Now, why would it be the Lamb? Could you figure out why it's called the Lamb? You kind of know, but I'll just kind of tease that for me. I'll share it, but just I'm going to get you. I want your consciousness to start going here, sweet dear ones. Why is it called the Lamb? Why is there a continent called the Lamb? There's a continent called the Turtle. Fine enough. We know you have history on that of conversation and history and legends and stories and tribes talking about it. But what about the Lamb? Where could the Lamb possibly be? You grew up with this. The Lamb, the countries that are placed upon the Lamb are Ukraine, Hungary, Romania, Bosnia, Sarajevo, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Slovenia, Bratislava, or these countries. Okay, Chechnya. These countries are on the continent of the Lamb. Why? Because all of those countries, including today, were false flagged into war and manipulation. And guess what? Those people eat more than beef. They eat lamb. Okay? I have one Stargate remaining on the Lamb to complete. I just returned 2 months ago back from Romania, Mount Busij, where I reset the frequency for the Stargate number 23. That used to be an Anunnaki starbase. Used to be. Okay. Now that's tied to Ukraine, but that's also because it's on the Lamb. And what do we know about the Lamb? Sacrifice. So many millions of families sacrificed on the Lamb. It is this energetic field. It's an energetic continent, not necessarily just land, but there is land there, even under the water. Okay. The 12 continents, 12 energetic continents connected to the 12 months around the one of the Lemurian calendar of the 28 days of the 13 months, all aligned to the Lemurian Pleiades calendar, including the 12 continents and 48 stargates, 4 on each continent.
Yeah.
We have the locations of all of them. And we work through them. We cannot share those to you until if you decide you want to come and do the work on them, an initiation to the House of Huna is required.
Yeah.
Authenticity is required. Bullshit is not needed. Hard work, a consciousness of a very strong posture, a very strong mental ability, mental faculties, and accountability to each and every one, free will with cosmic accountability and responsibility to each other. You don't come anywhere near me unless you're of that. in
Whew.
terms of that work. You don't come with any of the Hunas unless you are of that level commitment.
Hey, Huna, what can you tell me about? I've heard several people come on my platform. I know you work with the Stargates across the planet. Many people have come on this platform and said that after 9/11, I believe that was in 2001, the U.S. ran straight into Iraq to shut down a portal or to get certain technology that was in Iraq, and Iraq is supposed to be tied to ancient Samaria. So talk to
Yeah.
what can you tell me about Iraq and why the US ran to Iraq after 9/11 to get certain items? What can you tell me about that,
The
my brother?
reason why they went into Iraq was to steal from Iraq and steal from the Stargate, the portals.
Yeah.
Okay, those Stargates, by the way, in Ziggurat, in Iraq and Iran and in the Middle East, were downgraded to lower vibration Stargates because of the war. So they don't access really higher consciousness dimensions, but they do. And some of those locations had a lot of relics. So the
Right.
United States was going in and stealing the gold
Okay.
relics.
The
But
gold
they did
relic.
all over the place. These are Nazis, brother.
Straight up.
Fucking Nazis. Excuse me.
Straight up.
Nazis.
Hey.
These Nazis that ran the military in the United States since the 20s. Oh, sorry, right after the World War II, they took all
Yeah.
the scientists, went to the United States, trained everybody, built some more SS military special forces under the guise of the American military, who actually were SS guys, people trained to infiltrate and go in and steal shit from everybody else like they did all along when they were just known as the Nazis.
Hmm.
They created special teams for that. You
Right.
know a lot of a lot of people.
So you say, I mean, amazing conversation. Huna, I gotta say, for this to be your debut on my channel, I mean, this is amazing, and I want to thank you. Even though we're not done yet, I just want to thank you for coming on the platform. I'm having an absolutely great time having a conversation with you, my brother. From from a brother from Harlem to where you from, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. That's how you do your thing. My people, we go.
Hey, I do that too.
You
I
know
do.
what I'm saying?
Gangster
Yo,
brother. Yeah. Hey, my ninja.
it's love. It's universal love, and I appreciate where you coming from. Just like you said, you're a fan of my
Yeah.
channel. Let me ask you this: the Stargates that you talk of, you said the Iraq one was, I think you said the word you used, I'm not sure, was downgraded. When a
Yeah.
Stargate is in its prime, what is its potential? Like, let's say there's a Stargate 100,000 years ago. What is that looking like in terms of humanity? How do we use Stargates in ancient times?
Higher frequency beings, souls,
Yeah.
had the ability to access and come into form, come into the
Mhm.
birthing channel through some of those stargates and portals.
So we
Right.
didn't
Same.
need women? Wait. We didn't need women? What do you mean?
No, the souls, the spirits, the souls themselves aligned the communications to come through to the womb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you had
Okay.
in Egypt, a lot of the priestesses could communicate with souls coming through, and selecting a body, selecting a form, higher consciousness beings, like even the Anunnaki,
Mhm.
so-called, if you want to call them gods now, but even then they probably just, higher consciousness beings, higher light beings that were coming, and they were coming through to and to the planet to do that did amazing things. I wouldn't say they didn't do amazing things at Atlantis. They did. Okay, some things turned sour, but the point of those stargates is that whole grid
Mm,
served the higher consciousness and the higher light of our star nations, of our
mm,
peoples of Atlantis. Of course, things were manipulated, but I could just begin there. Then there were wars, and then because there were wars, the vibrations and the frequencies and the energies became distorted, and so many beings coming through these magnetic field, coming through the magnetic fields of the stargates and portals, were causing distortion into the fracturing of some souls, fracturing of the light of the soul. Okay, so there was distortion and interference and interruption to many souls coming into, either be assigned a body, or communicating with a family to come into a certain family, certain tribe, certain lineage. For lesson, as we know, this is the lesson. We know this is about lesson. We've had a lot of freaking lessons. Come on now. But certainly during those periods, it was amazing times. It was some amazing time. I have. I don't want to get into my personal memories and stuff like that, but there was just amazing things. Even when I was a rat bag, it was like, wow. Even when I was being terrible, I was being amazing.
Hey, Huna. Hey, Huna, how long, you know what I'm curious about? Being that the earth is so who this happened.
Even when I was being amazing, being terrible, I was being amazing. What the hell is
that? Hey. What now you made me forget what I was about to ask. Oh man. I forgot that question.
Something about a Stargate or something? No. Anyway.
It'll come to me. It'll definitely come to me. Well, let me ask you. Okay, this is what I was gonna ask. All right. So you're going back millions, hundreds of millions of years ago, in terms of this planet and in terms of humanity existing on this planet. I'm curious to know, Huna, how long have we existed in this size? Because I hear about the giants. Yeah. So how long? I'm 6 feet tall. I must be a midget to the ancients. Or I must be like an ant. I must be an ant to the midgets. So how long have we been this size? And talk about the giants in antiquity.
So since Atlantis, there's been shifting with these sizes. Before Atlantis, we have had many nations at this height. If you go to Mount Shasta, there are beings that are on that were on that mountain that were just short, 4 feet tall. They were known as the Nonohi. They got an upgrade recently in the last 15 years. They received an upgrade and they became 7 feet tall. Light beings. Now, many people have seen these light beings around Shasta. Sweet, sweet dear ones. You probably have, right? Just let us know. But so on the inner earth as well, we have also been 6 feet, 7 feet, regular kind of heights. Further back, we've also been giants. In that Atlantis, certain lineages were giants. As I remember, there was a lot of experiments. If you look at the Mayans today, a Mayan elder asked me a few years ago, he goes, "Where are you from?" I live here in Mexico with the Mayans. And I said, "Do you remember when your people were taller?" Because he's like 5 feet tall, but regular Mayan height.
Right.
And he looked at me and his eyes were watering and he starts complaining about the Spanish, right? I said, "No." I said, "Look," I said, "you are still tall. You are still tall. I am you. I'm most Polynesian, regular. We're 6 foot mostly and taller, 7 foot. Most Maldives, most Polynesians are all very tall and big, play for the NFL mostly. But so telling him, so you are us. All you need to do is come home to us and see us, visit us. We just need to visit each other. So they were tall once in the time of Atlantis, in the Mayan times, of the time of Thoth or Thoth, in the time of Atlantis, in the times before our height as well. We can go back 1 million years, brother, and we were at a nominal height, 6 to 7 feet in the last 1 million years. Yeah, there are also giants as well. Okay, because the lineages were also being manipulated and also went to sleep, by the way. Went to sleep. Some of the giants went to sleep, so you just didn't see them. And then they pop up again, and here they are popping up again in our world right now. So they say, but no, they are actually some are awakening today. But we have been in our height from now since the last million years, when